Welcome to another edition of Comic Book Business News. It is I, Josh Goldstein, for another day for it is news on 6/1/2020. It is America is in turmoil. It is riots. It is a country at war with itself over the death of George Floyd. COVID-19 is still here, however, however, the nation is united against racial oppression. George Floyd, who died of asphyxiation, basically he was beaten to death, and also suffocated by the Minneapolis police. Was sparked many riots. The how he died was gory, and he was beaten to death basically and partially suffocated by policemen kneeling on him. It is also a nation it's like there are all these riots throughout Minneapolis almost literally burned itself down. LA, there was riot, and there was looting and riots in almost every city. Philadelphia and New York didn't escape this, but Philadelphia, there were some rioting and some looting, but a little more peaceful. And New York, a little more under control. New York is under curfew. So, how wonderful it is. We have this in addition to COVID-19 this year. I hate this. I hate also President Trump, our imbecilic president, who speaks out against the protesters and Antifa. I gotta say, here at Comic Book Business News, I am with the protesters and I am with Antifa. Also, I would like to say, President, here now I will do a little more lighthearted news, but I don't like this news. And then I will get to the comics and the reviews. I don't like, us and the arts and in showbiz always support protest organizations and things like Antifa. I like Antifa. I was a former Antifa member of Occupy and Socialist Alternative. I don't like largely peaceful protest movements being labeled as terrorists. So the presidential order, I disagree with you. In fact, I oppose you. And why am I not with them? I am with them in spirit. I am with them in spirit. Perhaps this time around, I'm not there in person, but I'm with you in spirit, and I am continuing to do my activism and report my views at Comic Book Business News. And I must say, some people are a little. I miss COVID. I miss the lighthearted parts of COVID-19. Last week we had a nice, friendly virus. Now we have riots, and maybe we could all chuckle over the daily schmush, like, oh, it's royalty disaster and viruses. So now we're talking about um, stupid things like like wow, the National Guard act being deployed to protect the president. He's so afraid of just some protesters. I mean, I don't think it's going to be the Winter Palace, although when you think of it, the president doesn't have all that much defending him, but I wouldn't encourage them. Um, I won't suppose any further. So I would on with the comic book side of the news, because we do have some other stuff besides George Taylor. We could talk about some things, a little more of some things. Actually, there's not much. But I will say in a moment, I will start talking about more comic book related news. Perhaps my last thing about George Taylor will be how a more typical policeman would have just made an arrest or issued a warning, and for not wearing your mask. And these are a bunch of buttholes, and I hope there is some jail time or heavy fines. But maybe for sparking off heavy riots throughout the nation, basically, I want your badge and definite 10 years in jail. Well, that's Officer Josh or Judge Josh presiding. So, oh, that much? Are we going to take away everything from them? I guess the I guess that one man we will. And then the rest maybe 10 years or 15 years. That's how I judge it too. So, and also I might say, on with the comic news. There are no books to review today. I'm looking forward to my friends, the man who hands me the comics, handing it to me. But until then, I will go to my other sources. It is still, after all, massive rioting and COVID-19, so some things may be delayed. So Rob Liefeld is launching a podcast. How interesting is that competition? I think Rob Liefeld will be welcome, and I will like to hear his. I might even cheat and listen to his point of view on things. Rob's an interesting guy. I've met him a couple times. He is. I also admired his work on Youngblood and at Image, his extreme books, as well as his books, Awesome Entertainment. And as a fellow artist, I am looking forward to this. And my personal favorite Rob Liefeld creation was Youngblood, especially Die Hard. He was a cool guy. And I also have to say, um, Hmm. There is a new Wonder Woman action figure coming, but as I say, not a lot. But it's like very much like the Gal Gadot Wonder Woman, kind of like it's not classic Wonder Woman, not the George Perez type or the Golden Age type. It's basically the Wonder Woman from the Gal Gadot movies. So this is a nice classic twist to your action adder to your action figure collection. More Wonder Woman crap. Also, DC cosplayers are down with the protesters. It's not just cops hanging out or some politicians. We got Batman. A cosplayer dressing up as Batman was spotted in Philadelphia, helping out protesters resist. So you got help from Bruce Wayne. He might even make a donation. Um, and then you've got some interesting things. I might say this comic book business news. There's not a lot of stuff. I might end a few minutes early, but I might say I'll just I'll just end a little early for this time. But I will say that we will be back Friday, and till then, stay safe and perhaps support and stay and support the protesters and perhaps give some monetary support or buy a badge. But from JLG and comic book business news, we will say power to the people. Right on.